Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey guys, happy Motivational Wednesday. So today I just want to make this video to really encourage you guys to know that in life there are many different challenges that you are going to face and that you are going to go through, but to know that you are not the only one going through it, and you will not be the only one going through it. And the one thing that you can rely on is that there is always someone who has been through what you're going through, who will go through what you are going through, and sometimes are still going through what you are going through. I thank God for the hashtag Me Too movement. It's a great thing, and a lot of women are coming forward, and and it's sad to know that so many people have gone through so many tragic moments in their life as being victimized by someone, and are going through that, and have not said anything or have not came forward, and it's sad that some people are using the movement to file false claims, and destroying people's lives, and the claims are not true, and getting people fired from their jobs, and just because that they don't like them, and just cruel. So there's good things that are coming out of it, and there's bad things that are coming out of it, because now things are not being investigated and people are losing their jobs, and it's sad. But I am so grateful for those women who have come forward. For those of you who know me and know my history, then you know that for me, I was molested and raped, and the hardest thing really was to say that actually happened to me, and to live through it. And I always wondered in my life, like, why does certain things happen to me, and so it took me really going to therapy and getting the help that I needed before I was able to really overcome and be able to say, okay, that was not my fault, and I was able to grow from it. And lots of times you see comments about the women who it took them years before they would even come forward, and some didn't really realize it happened to them until they got older. And the one thing that happened to me is that when I was going to therapy for something else, I was trying to get over something else that had happened, as in being raped. I was trying to get over that. I realized what had happened to me when I was younger, and it came to me in therapy while we were doing a session. And it's I forgot the name of the session, but what they do is they it's like post-traumatic syndrome, something like that, where the military, when someone goes through or in the military, I can't talk, when they're in the military and they go through traumatic stuff, then they have to go through some type of therapy. And what it does is you relive what you went through, but they take it from like one side of your brain and they put it to another side of your brain, that when you think about that thing, it's less painful for you to go through it. It's something like that. You can research it for yourself. But anyways, while I was going through one of those sessions with my therapist, you're awake. It's kind of like a hypnosis, but it's not. It's weird. So you're awake and you're going through these things, and I mean, you're feeling every emotion. You're living through that tragedy. So it's not an easy thing to get through, because you're literally reliving it. And it's kind of like Pandora's box. Once your mind realizes that you're dealing with something, it will flood you with information that you probably didn't want to know. And it's just your body's way of saying, okay, you've handled this, but the deep issue, the deep root on why these things continually happen to you is because of this. And the brain will bring back to your memory something that you never even realized was there because you blocked it off. And you blocked it off basically for your own survival. There are some things that your brain does not allow you to remember as a child because it would literally cripple you as an adult, but it will reveal it to you later as you get older, and that's what happened. And so what I realized with the thing that happened to me as a child shaped my future as an adult. So instead of me thinking smart, it's kind of like you have a victim mentality. It's like you were once a victim and you keep putting yourself in situations of becoming a victim, if that makes any sense. And you don't even know that you're doing it. You don't even realize that you're doing it, but you just keep doing it. And once you realize it, and you realize the reason, then you can stop making the same choices. That's what I'm trying to say. But it takes you really getting the help that you need, and sometimes you can't get through that by yourself. Some people, they can, it magically goes away, they live happy lives, they never think about it again. Their brain kind of shuts that thing off for them, or they teach themselves how to cut it off. That's not something that I was able to do. So it took me going through therapy and seriously changing the way that I thought, and just changing my life, basically. It changed my life. Therapy changed my life. That's why when I tell, when people say, like, they don't like therapy, and I understand to an extent, but sometimes you actually really need the help to get through some situations in your life that you are not able to get through on your own. But I can tell you one thing, that you are not alone. You are not a victim. You are an overcomer. You are victorious. And if you realize that you are not a victim, and you take back the power that was once taken from you, once you take it back, your life will completely change. But first, you have to know that it wasn't your fault, and that you are not a victim. You're not a victim. You are an overcomer, and you are a survivor, and there's nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that you cannot do. And so anyways, what I wanted to say is, once you grow past that, which you really don't really grow past it, but once you stop looking at yourself as a victim, you will notice things will begin to change in your life. And you'll be able to handle things a little differently. It's the same as if you feel like you are a victim, you will always be victimized. You will always put yourself in situations that are dangerous to not only you, but sometimes others. And you will always get people in your life that feel like that they can step on you, that they can do whatever they want to you, that they can treat you any type of way, and you won't do anything. You won't feel like you can. You won't feel like you have a voice. You won't stand up. You won't speak out. You won't defend yourself, because you've shut yourself up, basically. You've taken away your voice, where you allowed someone else to take away your voice, and you feel like you can't speak up. But if you overcome that victim mentality, and you overcome that woe is me, and you realize that it is not just you. As you can see, there's thousands and thousands of women who've gone through what you have gone through and are able to overcome it, and you are not alone. But once you overcome it and you give yourself that voice, you will no longer be that stepping stool. You will no longer be that person that people feel like they can walk over or disrespect or treat you any type of way. You will no longer be that person that allows people to walk all over you and just do whatever they want to, because you now have a voice. You can now speak up for yourself. You now know how to set boundaries. You now know that it's not just me who's gone through this situation, and I am somebody. I am somebody special. I am truly a tremendous individual, and I have a voice, and that is amazing. And your whole life will change. Doors will be open for you. People will treat you with respect. People will love you. You will be able to love them unconditionally, and it's just about, giving yourself a chance to breathe and also forgive. You guys, forgiveness is not for the other person, and I know that you've heard this a million times, but forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you, so that you can forgive and move on and grow in your own life. Because if you do not forgive, you give that person authority. Basically, you give that person, I don't even know the words that I want to say, but you hold on. That person is still controlling you. You give that person control over your life over and over and over again, and you are victimized over and over and over again, all because you can't forgive. Forgiveness is so important, you guys. It is so important. It's not letting that person off of the hook because what they did to you was wrong. It's letting yourself begin to heal, and it's letting yourself begin to not only heal but to be able to live again. So you have to forgive. You have to forgive. You guys, that is, if I can't say it enough, forgiveness is the one. It's hard. It's the hardest thing that you're ever going to have to do. But forgiveness is something that literally saves your life. And if you can walk in that forgiveness and say, you know what, I'm not going to give that person authority, I'm not going to give that person control over my life, but I forgive them, and you walk in that and you actually believe it, oh my gosh, you guys, your life will completely change. Your life will completely change. Don't stay angry. Don't stay angry. Don't give someone that control over you. Don't give it. Don't give it. Just forgive and walk in that forgiveness, and you'll see how freer of a person that you feel and how your life can change. But anyways, guys, I hope that this helps you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. When people see me, they don't see a victim. They don't see someone who's been through a lot in their life, and I've been through a lot in my life. I can tell you a lot of stories. But I don't live my life how I've been through. I don't live my life like that. I live my life in the joy of the moment. I live my life in forgiveness. I live my life with hope. I live my life in love. And the one thing that I can say that really did that for me was God. And I know a lot of people, they don't believe in God because of whatever, but I can tell you that a relationship with God, a relationship with Jesus, is better than any relationship that you'll ever be in your life. And it's not about religion. It's not about having a relationship with a religion. It's not about whatever. It's a true relationship with God, and allowing God to lead your life, allowing God to heal you, and allowing God to show you the steps that you need to take to heal yourself, and to be able to walk in the love and the authority of just loving someone else. So anyways, guys, I just want you to know that you're not alone out there, and there is always ways to get help. So reach out to reach out to friends and family that you'll be able to talk to. There's always therapy. There's always hotlines that you can call if you are in a situation that you need to get help getting out. There's always people there who can help you, but you have to want to get the help. The best thing that you can do for yourself is stop blaming yourself, and if you are still being abused, stop being abused. Speak up and tell someone, because literally it's not your fault. It is not your fault, and you need to speak up and tell someone. Anyways, I hope this helps someone this week, and I will see you next time. Bye.